All right, my friends, I want to show you this. They wrecked my lamp and they broke this one. So what I've decided to do is what I did before with the internet and my router is bring it through the wall and hook it up in here where they can't get to it, just like my internet. And I mean, when this door is locked, and it's going to have one of those great big latches on it that I put on everything else in case they have the keys or stole my keys. I mean, my daughter was always asking me for the keys, and she said, when are you going to give me a set of keys? And I said, when you turn 13, but she'll never have a key to this room. This room will be off limits to the kids. I mean, I don't care which kids it is. Nobody's stealing top secret information. And you don't realize I'm going to be sitting in here on a stool if I need to with my guns. I mean, I'm not going to be playing. I'll hand out stuff from in here if I have to. I can cut this door in half. Trust me, I know exactly how to build this if I need to, and make this like an arms room. Half of this door will open when I want it to, and then it'll close when I can do pretty much whatever I want. Like I told you guys. I mean, it's my house. I'll make and build whatever I want, but right now I'm taking the electrical from here, and as you can see, all the blacks are hooked together, all the greens are hooked together, all the whites are hooked together. Once I get these wires out, just like I did with the main wire, I really only have to wire this one because that one right now doesn't work anymore. And until I get back inside this cover and find out where it's broken inside, because it has to be broken inside because everything in here is still attached. So I'm just going to hook up this one, like I said, just this one. And I got a switch on it that I bought. I bought these switches from Amazon, and somewhere with the power cable, and I think it's on the floor over here, and the switch can turn on and off. There it is. See, I had it outside on an extension cord, and they busted it on purpose, like I told you. They purposely broke it so that I can't light up the backyard so they could keep coming in and stealing out of my shed. I mean, I'll secure that shed like you would not believe when I get done, because I'm going to run wiring across the shed, and I'll show you the wiring that they jacked up on my... I've already gone out and seen what I'm going to do. I can see these things in advance. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can see exactly how they're going to be. See that motion detection light that they broke? I'm going to fix that. But see these wiring box? I'm going to come across the top with a 2x4 or a pole inside here, because I got these poles out back. Now I'll put them together and put the wiring, see? Put the wiring through the pole across the 2x4 into the shed, wire it all the way across to this side of the shed, and take the camera and put it on this side so it covers this whole back where they've been stealing and coming through my backyard and coming through the alley. I mean, he's got a camera right there, my neighbor Perry. So he's watching this sex offender, this drug house. And I can go around the whole neighborhood like I told my neighbors and ask them if they want the drugs back in this neighborhood. And she said, no, we don't, no. Because, I mean, they're trying to get me in trouble. And I went over and I asked them. I understand what they need to do and the crap that, you know, they want to say about me, but I'm not doing anything illegal. And my movie business is legit. And those are my personal property. I mean, I'll subpoena them in court to testify what they did down at the planning department when Detective Pope, that I told the FBI the other day, I mean, Detective Pope will tell you, I've got him recorded, telling me down at the planning department, because I told him, come get all this stuff. Take it all out of my shed. Keep it. Look through it. See if it's stolen. Take the serial numbers. They didn't want to do any of that. That wasn't the problem. They want me out of here so they can go back to selling drugs in this fucking shed. And I said, no. My freaking general said, shut that shit down. It's too close to the school. One of them stabbed the other one in the face, and Captain Bravo came out here. I've got him recorded. And I freaking asked him straight out. When I told you about all this drug stuff and did this and did that, they told me, well, we have to get our own surveillance. And then you said you would do the surveillance. And then you said your surveillance guy died. I mean, you're a bunch of fucking liars. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You're not doing anything about these freaking drug dealers. So they're working for you. I mean, of course you're not going to do anything. They fucking work for you. That makes me laugh. See, some of my stuff fell. Glad I found those. I was wondering where that was. Must have fallen out of my tool bag. But no, I'm going to fix all this. That shit's going to be on the roof up there. The antenna's coming inside. The satellite dish is coming inside. And I got to rewire, take all that wiring down that they jacked up. I mean, look at all this freaking crap. That shit's coming inside. They're not jacking with my stuff anymore, cutting it. And I mean, Glenn taking crap apart, making sure that that shit don't work when they remounted it. The antenna part's supposed to be pointing that direction in order to get, but they don't want me to watch the news. They don't want me to, because I can always tell by the news who's lying, who's not, and I can put it out there on everything that they're doing. I mean, I just use my phones to do it now. I watch all the news and do all the shit on my phones. And I told you, I can put those metal cages up on the outside of the windows that are sitting over there. But I got something better coming to secure those windows. I'd like to replace those windows because they're garbage. I mean, eventually I will when I've got the money. But I've got the stuff to do all kinds of craziness if I want to. See? These metal gates. These big ones, I can freaking bolt them up on those windows, either inside or outside, so suckers can't come through those windows. I mean, I can put them up right now, but I don't care. Come on through. I'm going to fucking kill your ass. I mean, you don't have the balls. You got to use my own kids and my own neighbors and people you know I'm not going to hurt. Of course I'm not going to hurt children. Of course I'm not going to hurt, you know, my neighbor Bill. He's a good guy. I mean, keep using him all you want. But I'm watching and I'm recording everything. Making me laugh. I see the whole network of shitheads that go over to his house. I got them all on surveillance. And they're always trying to hide from my cameras. Good luck with that. I mean, I'm videotaping all the time to see if anything's changed. If anything's been moved and you don't get what I'm doing. I make a video every freaking day. You know, if I see something that's not right, my AI software is freaking way intelligent. It'll say, this has been moved, that has been moved, somebody was there, the dog shit on the floor. I mean, it's just freaking ridiculously smart. But it asks me a lot of questions. And when I load the videos to my other phone that I built, that the FBI wants, that they're not going to get, that I've got a 22-core processor and an Apple phone that I built, and McKinley knows. McKinley's the only one that knows. Because she was wondering, well, where's that phone that you were working on? Well, none of you guys' business. That's got my real stuff in it. That's where I send up all my information. I mean, all the videos, all the pictures, the real stuff. You got the 13,000, but that's not nothing. See? That's the wiring that I need to go across into the shed. And I'll get more, but there's enough right there to go across into the shed and put in another one of them boxes, or take that box down, come across with the cable that's already there, go in and put that box in there. It won't be nothing. It'll be simple as hell. And the insurance company wants me to switch over to USAA so I can't sue their ass. And no, I'm not going to switch over to USAA until I call around and talk to some lawyers and tell them what they did and see what the lawyers say. And I'll be recording all the lawyers. I mean, they don't want to touch my case. They don't want to help me. They know that I was robbed every other day. I mean, I told them before, when they took the ones out of the garbage, I'll take the $1,000. No problem. Because she said, oh, it's only $1,000. No, I freaking pulled it up yesterday. She gave me coverage for $30,000. And then they sent me a new coverage policy that said I only had $1,000 coverage. No, Denise Lane was telling the truth. They gave me $30,000, and I put it in my phone already. They gave me $30,000 worth of coverage. It's on a PDF file that she sent me, and I saved it in here. I mean, then they changed it to $1,000, and I have the paperwork to prove that they did crooked stuff. I was sat down for $30,000, just like Denise Lane said. And then the other people, because she said, well, please don't sue me. You're coming after the wrong person. I did my job. And I was like, well, I got you on video at my house saying that you guys would take care of me and take care of the shed and take care of the guys that were working in here, Brian Smith, which sounds like a fake ass name, but his wife and her father were doing construction. They were supposed to do all kinds of construction in my house. They were supposed to fix all these holes in the walls, you know, because I was busy doing computers, and I make $50 an hour. I mean, I'm not going to do little $10 an hour bullshit. I freaking paid them to do it and gave them computers and gave them weed. I ain't going to lie. I fucking gave them a whole shitload of weed. They just ripped me off. They come back and tried to buy weed from me, and I said, no, I'm not fucking selling you weed. I gave it to you. I mean, that's a trade. That's not illegal. But exchanging money for weed is illegal. You have to get the stuff from the dispensary. And when you get the stuff from the dispensary, they flag you in the computer as a fucking druggie, pothead, and you're not getting weapons. Go down to the pawn shop after you fucking sign in to get drugs, and go over to the pawn shop and see if they'll sell you drugs or sell you a weapon. I'm telling you, you'll be flagged, and it'll say, no, you're on fucking drugs. You don't get no weapons, and that's the law. That's no joke. And they want me to come off the weed. If you've already got weapons, they can't take those away. But the ones at the pawn shop, they can. And they changed the laws as soon as they made the weed legal. And that's what they're trying to do now, is take away my weapons, because, you know, I can go to the pawn and get freaking weapons until they flagged me in the computer as bipolar and put me in a mental hospital, which makes me laugh. I'm not bipolar. I was off my freaking thyroid. I was having issues dealing with things, people I've killed, buildings I've blown up with women and children in it. I mean, drones that I built that they're using now to surveil our own people, cameras, hidden stuff. I don't even want to go into it all with you. I mean, I was undercover for 16 years acting disabled and crazy. And I've already told my neighbors several times, I don't even know who I am. I've been undercover so long, and turning people in and looking through their computers for special codes and looking through their phones. And then they wanted me to stop with the phones. They wanted me to give this other guy the phones. I'd already built mine, so I don't give a shit. I started giving the guy the phones because, I mean, I'll look through whatever I want. I'll look through all your shit. I'll freaking come over to your house and freaking film you. I don't freaking play. Making me laugh. I don't care. I'm not fucking afraid of none of these bitches. I knock on their door like I did the last time and say, I'm not here for the drugs. And they just freaking stared at me like, oh my God. And as soon as I left to get in this car and fucking took off, the neighbors up the street, I know what every house, I told you, every house is profiled in Google Maps. And I was going to show you how we do it with Google Maps, and they blacked out the picture. Made me laugh. My government got mad because they knew I was going to show some shit. All right, like,